Hello farmers, welcome back to Griffin, Indiana, day 5 of summer. Oh, it's been 18 hours since I last saw you here in game hours anyways. We got all the manure spread on the grass field. Looks like the manure has soaked into the grass. I could probably spread more manure down if I had some. I mean, I got some, but not enough to do the 2 fields because I went over and did field number 1, which is over there as well. Spread the manure down. So I'm down to 30,000 liters of manure, but that's alright because by using that, I think when I spread artificial fertilizer on here, if I spread artificial fertilizer in here, I don't know. I may wait until the cows produce more manure and see if I can put more manure down and get the nitrogen level up on the grass fields, but the grass is not nowhere near ready for harvest, so not going to worry about that too much. Right now, we've been doing a whole bunch of contracts in the last 18 in-game hours, so the money situation is looking pretty darn good. I got $60,000 in my bank account right now, but if we go to the money situation here, the loan is now down to $1.2 million because you can see, I mean, we were doing contracts in last episode, so at the end of the day, we ended up getting $142,000 worth of contracts, and so far today, $258,000 worth of contracts have been done. $12,000 from the BGA from putting those bales in that we did from the baling contract. I forgot about those. So I'll probably get some more money from the BGA tonight because I put the rest of the silage bales in there. Actually, I think there's still one more and it's taking it from there as we speak. The first thing I want to do today is, since we're up here at the cow barn, I'm going to grab the Ford tractor. We're going to clean them on out. Actually, there's a bunch to clean out. I must have done it early this morning when I was doing contracts. Been doing it for the past couple of days, actually. So we'll clean them on out, and yeah, we got a little bit of silage here. I actually did a little bit of research. When I mean a little bit of research, I mean a little bit. I was kind of curious, how long does silage last for in real life? They said pretty much 2 years silage is good for. Well, we've had the silage for about 2 years, so what we may end up doing is we may end up selling the silage because, you know, it's still good. Because we made it in year 1-ish, right? Year 1 from the grass field. So we've had the silage now 2 years, so it's probably time to get rid of it. But the thing is, I would need more silage to go in there, and I don't have any currently, right? So depending on how it goes this fall, meaning, oh, that's taking it kind of slow, isn't it? The grass field, yeah, if it goes pretty well with the grass field, what we'll do is we'll sell the silage that we got, and we'll cut the grass and make some more silage for our cows. We'll make sure that the TMR mixer capacity is full, so we're good for a long period of time. And also, I want to get rid of this bunker and put in the other bunker I was thinking about doing. So, yeah, I've been thinking about doing that in between episodes while I was doing all the contracts. We've been kind of taking turns, me, Frank, and Frank Jr. Frank is the one, he's the one seeding the fields. Actually, he's doing a contract right now. Frank Jr. is taking a break because we have nothing to fertilize currently. And occasionally I go in when it's time to seed the small fields. I'm not going to do course play or anything like that. Same thing with fertilizing a field as well. So yeah, I've been very busy in between episodes doing all those contracts. A lot of contracts. And we still got more to go. One thing I've found out, so right now I am over at fields like 2, 3, 4, 5. That's like not quite the northwest, but kind of like the west-northwest area of the map. So to get our John Deere drill over there with our seed tank, yeah, you can't really go over the concrete bridge. And going through the river trench is I tried doing that and it's not an option. I kind of forgot that Nelson hit me. It's like, you know what I got? I got that mod I use on No Man's Land for a bridge. And the good thing is on this map, we kind of bought like the city land that surrounds the roads and whatnot. I actually own the river land where it is. So I was able to put the wooden bridge in and I can just drive up and over the wooden bridge now. I'll show you what I'm talking about later on because that's a job that we're going to go do is we're going to go seed one of those fields. We'll relieve Frank in a little while. So bringing money in there. So like I said, been saying, our goals for by the end of this year is to get the loan down to $1 million. We're getting really close to that. Have 100 cattle. I think we're sitting at 64 currently, and a lot of offspring are expected in like the next 0.4 years or so. We got a lot of cattle ready to come on in. The milk is coming in slow. But then again, like I said, I'm not really sure how seasons work with the milk. When a cow is pregnant, do we not get milk anymore? Because the milk production is kind of low. Their health, if you're wondering, is really good. We're up to 98% health on all the cattle. So I've been giving them TMR all the time. They got straw, they got water, they got everything a grown heifer needs. So they should be doing pretty darn good. The other things, like I've said before, I want to get done this year. Yeah, another tractor. We're looking for a medium. I don't want to say medium tractor because I think it's actually a large tractor, but a tractor with like about 250 to 300 horsepower. Because we got this Ford. I think this Ford has like 110, and the Deutz-Fahr has like 750, which is way OP, and the Steger has 535, I think. But yeah, I'm looking for something. So like the Deutz-Fahr, I really don't want to use the Deutz-Fahr all the time fertilizing. I mean, it can, it's fine, but I like to get another tractor because sometimes I do need that other tractor. So like in the case of right now, I would like to spread more of the cow manure on the grass fields, but the Deutz-Fahr has been fertilizing all day long, so I haven't been able to, I can use another tractor. I don't want to use a Ford. I'm just going to keep the Ford for a shuttle, like a shuttle bus around the cow barn. It's meant to just take care of the cows, move hay bales around, and all that. Speaking of hay bales, I didn't pick up the rest of the hay on our grass field across the road right here. I got our little barn stacked up pretty darn well with hay, so what we're going to do is, I think we got 2/3 of a trailer of hay. We're just going to go ahead and sell it. That's just I think that's more hay than what I need. Fingers crossed. I mean, it should be. I mean, I hardly touched the hay that we had last year, and we're really not going through the hay / grass here in the TMR mixer. So I think we're all set with, it'll be 39 bales as a full trailer, and those are 20,000 liter bales. So I should have plenty of hay for a while. So we're going to go sell those hay bales, bring a little bit more cash. That's our next process after I finish. I didn't realize I was this low on the silage. These are 9,000 liter buckets I keep putting in there. I keep forgetting to activate the mod, the little shovel mod, so I can go in there and possibly get that silage out that's somehow I missed and it got on the ground. What am I at here? One more bucket and I'll be good for now. So yeah, when I was doing, I don't know why I thought of it. I'm like, how long does silage actually last for in real life? Because most of the farms around here, most of the dairy farms around where I am, I just noticed they go through the silage every year and just think, well, if they know how much they need, that's how much they make. And I was like, well, how long is it actually good for? So just did a little internet research, and most everyone said, it's good for most were saying it's good for over a year. I'm like, well, that doesn't really put a time limit. Most say 2 years is about the max you want to keep it. So we'll probably go ahead and sell that silage. We'll bring it down to the BGA. I don't know how much silage we got left. But like I said, we're coming up on 2 years on that silage anyways. Alright, so let's not get stuck here. Alright, we'll leave that door open. As for the milk production, like I said, yes, it's getting it's slowing down quite a bit. We're only got like 14,000 liters. So 30,000 liters of manure, I may go ahead and use that just to see if I can put another layer on. If you wonder what I'm talking about, we spread manure on this last episode. If we go to precision farming, because that's what we're doing here. And we go to, that's the yield. But nitrogen level, it looks so-so. You're like, well, field 30 looks like crap as well. Well, it all matters when you go on the field. So the field info, it says we got bad nitrogen level for grass, which apparently we do. Yeah, Tommy, I think, made a comment on the last video as well. Said he had the same problem. I think he's on Spectacle Island. Hopefully I remember that correctly. And he had the same problem spending manure with precision farming where it doesn't quite do full fertilization. If we go, yep, good, teleported to here. So soybeans, even though on the map it looks like terrible nitrogen, when we come to the field, nitrogen level is good for soybeans. So can't always go by the map to know how much nitrogen you need. It's what kind of crop you have. Let's keep teleporting. That's our combine. There we go. So these are all the hay bales. I should probably load these back up onto the trailer so they don't go flying everywhere. I will show you, I mean, it's just a full trailer of hay. So basically the hay bales are in here. I took them out, restacked. And yeah, we are good to go on the hay bales. Should be good on straw as well. Let's head on down and we'll sell these hay bales. I don't know how much I'll get for them. Not really sure. So I don't think it shows a price in the marketing page, does it? Well, it does at the biogas plant. I could actually bring it to the biogas plant and sell it there, so I can see how much I get there. But Buckley Farms isn't showing me how much I'm getting. We're just going to go bring it to Buckley Farms. The only thing we're going to use the biogas plant for is silage. Actually, if I go, can I kind of cheat here to see what it's going for today? If I scroll on down here to, there's hay. Looks like it might be going for like 40 something. Isn't that what it's going for at the BGA? Either way, we're just going to bring it there anyways to sell these hay bales. 32 of them to be exact. So let's get on the road, go down and sell these. Then, like I said, we're going to relieve Frank for a little while, and he's going to go take a break. And we got a couple of fields of seed. We'll probably just do one because it'll take a little bit of time. So the combination of the Steger, the John Deere drill, and seed tanker that we have seems to work rather well. But there's been a couple of occasions to where they get stuck because, well, you know, course play sometimes doesn't draw a straight line from one point to another on the field. When you got curves, sometimes they try to go through a house. Contract finish on field 4. Frank got that done really, really quick. So we'll let him finish because, like I said, we're going to take over for him in just a moment, and we're going to seed the field ourselves. So not many more contracts left, although I just refreshed and I was hoping, and it did happen, field number 18, I believe, which is in the south, which is a big field, that contract finally came up. So I'll get paid some good money there. So, yeah, with all the contracts we're going to be doing, should have no problem getting our loan below $1 million. Well, I want to say at $1 million. That's what I'd like to do. And then, like I said, I would like to get out of the tractor, but first, you know what, I'm going to knock down that sign anyways. I can't make that turn with this trailer and everything, so yeah, I'm going to drive on this person's lawn. Don't care. Rather do that than knock over a sign. I think I said it was going to be a Voltra. Hopefully I can remember that. I was thinking about a JCB. I'm trying to use tractor brands I don't really use that much of. That's what I'm going to try to use on this series a little bit. Just because I think this series will run all the way through Farming Simulator 22 when that comes out. Alright, so let's go ahead and drop those on the trailer. So they're actually there. As long as the money goes up, so I know I'm selling them. Actually, I'm getting more money than I thought I would for those. So 23, I got about $30,000 worth of hay bales right there that I just sold. That is rather nice. I'll take that. Yep, you are done. You know what? I can leave our Peterbilt right here with a flatbed for now. Let's go ahead and turn that off, and we should be able to teleport to our beautiful Steger. Stop, driver. No, you don't have to fold up. No. Keep it unfolded because we're not really going anywhere. But we're going to step on out right now. Oh, good. The door is actually even open. I should have tried to remember. This is the 1870 drill that's on the Giants Mod Hub, by the way, along with the seed tanker. These are actually separate mods. When you download the drill mod, make sure you look for the seed tanker mod as well. And it's a pretty darn good combo. It's 23.2 meters in width. Pretty darn good. And there's actually even a planter as well that we have, which we showed off. Was that last episode or the episode before? So if you missed either episode, just go back. You can see the planter in operation. The only thing about the planter is, yeah, it doesn't hold much seed, but we're going to take care of that situation on here eventually, because we're going to be doing some corn at some point, and I think we're just going to go ahead and get ourselves a seed tanker to follow us around and fill up. Oh, here it is. So here's where I put in my bridge right here. I don't really like the placement of it. I'm probably going to try to readjust it. I tried to raise it higher, but it wouldn't go any higher. The reason why I had to put that down, because there's only one way to get actually over to these fields, and that's on this bridge, and unfortunately our seed tanker is wider than the bridge. So yep, I could have probably forced it on. I'll be honest, I tried driving across this river trench, and I almost got stuck twice, but I got out. We got out, and there we are. So I was like, how am I going to do this? I got to find a way to get over here and work once in a while. I'm like, I wonder if I could put a bridge down. I'll have to buy the land to put the bridge down. But luckily, if you buy the land that's in the city, I think we bought it for $0. It works out rather well for us. What I need to check on right now is, first off, let me collect on this field right here. So field 5 or 2, that's oats and wheat. I think we got wheat already quote-unquote loaded, so let's do field number 2, and that should be this one right here. All right, gotcha. Let's go jump in our Steger and get to work. Steger, Steiger, I've checked the internet and I watch videos, and I've heard it pronounced both ways. I would pronounce it Steger, not Steiger. Just because the E's before the I, so I think I would pronounce the E more than the I, so Steger. Sure, let's just jump in it and get to work. I need to shut that door. I forgot how to shut that door. Yep, there we go. Shut the door because we're inside now. We don't need course plate. We should have wheat loaded and ready to go. So this case Steger is on the Giants mod hub as well. So everything you see here I'm using right now is on the Giants mod hub. I don't have the links right with me, so I think I put them. It may be in the link description. I may stand corrected. The planter may be actually, and the drill may actually be in the description below. Nope, got to be on the right implement to lower it. And hopefully I don't get occasionally I get this because I got the multi-mission contracts mod on there. Every once in a while, if I accept too many contracts at once, and I go to work on the field, they'll say, yeah, you don't actually have permission on this field, and you check the list, and it's like, says I do. Now, I do get asked about the multi-missions contracts. I believe that's on the Giants mod hub, but I believe that's available for PC only. So, but don't, I mean, that was when it first came out, so I don't know if they somehow got that on console or not. So if you're wondering about that, I know I get asked that a lot, but people said, I can't find the mod, I can't find the mod. It is on the Giants mod hub, I believe. I should say, it was when I got it. I don't know if they took it off or not. I have no idea. I don't keep track of that kind of stuff. I'm terrible at that kind of stuff, honestly. So overall, I am liking this combo with the Steger, the 1870 drill, and the tanker. The tanker, yes, you can get where it's seed and fertilizer. I went with all seed. And the reason why I went with all seed is because with precision farming, I rather just fertilize after I seed. Now, I was reading mostly that you don't actually want to put fertilizer down when you plant. So don't plant seed. I'm not talking about in-game. I'm talking about in real life. Some people were saying that if you don't, if you seed and don't fertilize at the same time, don't seed and go spread fertilizer down because that could actually burn your crops, apparently. So you want to wait until your crops have sprouted and hit the first growth stage. So I'm going to try to do it that way, I guess. But that's why our seed tanker is all seed. I've had to fill it up once, and as we saw, it didn't actually cost that much to fill this up. So doing the seeding contracts is now really paying off well. As for right now, I don't need to buy any more equipment for the farm. I mean, the next thing I will be looking for, at least I think next thing we'll be looking for, other than possibly a fourth tractor, because that's the cheapest of the equipment, is a forage harvester, and so we can do some corn and for silage. So then we can just take our grass field and make hay all the time. Because as we learned so far on our grass fields, we're only really getting one good cut on the grass field. So if I can only get one good cut on the grass field, definitely need to make it with hay. So I need to get my silage elsewhere, and of course corn would be the way to do that. So we are slowly working our way that way. I'm trying to figure out how I want to do the forage harvesting. Like I said, I'm trying to get away from using the stuff I've always used. So like if you saw the Pacific Northwest series on that challenge, we used the Big Crone X, and that is a mod by Stevie, the one I use, and that has a capacity of 60,000 liters. So basically when you're shoveling back and forth, dumping off chaff, the forage harvester keeps on going and collects, well, 60,000 liters of chaff. But I'm thinking about switching it up. I may go ahead and not use the capacity tank at all and just get the Big Crone X that way. I kind of want to use the New Holland, actually. I don't think I've ever really used the New Holland forage harvester since Well, since before I started doing YouTube, I don't think I've ever done the New Holland forage harvester. Now, the only advantage about the Big Crone X is I got the modded header to where we can harvest the corn at a higher speed, but since we're playing seasons, I don't think I need to really do it for speed or whatnot, so... But I'm pretty sure there's a modded header out there for it somewhere, or actually I may already have it, I just never used it, I'm not too sure. But that's not going to be for this season, maybe next season. And I'm also hoping next season will be the year that I stop doing contracts. The scary thing is when I was doing the contracts in between last episode and this one, I was on the information page, and that's where you can see the stats of what you've done during the session that you're on, and also how much you've done on the save game that you're on. And at this point here, I'm approaching 450 contracts completed on this map. I said that correctly, 450. That's a lot of flipping contracts. But without the contracts, the farm wouldn't be where it is as of right now. And I'm still in debt by $1.2 million. Well, technically, I think if you add all the farm equipment and the land I own and all that jazz, the farm is actually worth money. So, I think the equipment you're looking at right now, if I were to sell all this, I'd be pretty close to $1 million for sure, with just the equipment we got right here. So if I were to sell the equipment, the land and everything, yeah, we'd be in a bonus. The other thing I did want to talk about, because I was actually listening to when I do off-camera work, sometimes I'll put on well, I don't actually get to watch videos, but I'll listen to them. So I'm obviously driving a tractor here, but I'll listen to other YouTubers, and I was watching Mr. Sealy P, and he was talking about Farming Simulator 22 just a little bit, and he was talking about what he thinks of the pros and cons. So I mean, just opinions that we're all putting out there. And there's one opinion I'd like to put out there, but I know this is just my game style, and I always thought about this when I started playing Farming Simulator. I was a little disappointed, but I mean, maybe there's more information to come out on Farming Simulator 22. Right now, they're only introducing 3 more crops, and that is, in case you don't know, Farming Simulator 22, we're going to get grapes, olives, and sorghum. So those are the new crops coming as of right now that we know of. The other thing I'm surprised that it's still a thing, but I kind of get it, because I think a lot of players wouldn't like this at all. I would actually like to see to where when we're seeding a field like we are now, you just go to the store and buy, quote-unquote, seed, and then you can make that seed whatever you want. I would like to actually see it to where you actually get to buy the correct seed for what you're planting. Now, that does get kind of frustrating, because with the amount of crops we're starting to get in Farming Simulator, that means you would have to buy a whole bunch of different types of seeds for what you want to plant. So you need different seed for wheat, different seed for barley, so on and so forth. Yeah, that would get kind of to be a hassle for a lot of people, I would think, for darn sure, because actually right now, let me just stop. How many crop types? So we got the base game. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So with the extra 3, we would have 17 different crop types. So you'd have to, every time you plant something different, you need 17 different types of seeds. I mean, yeah, I think a lot of people, I would say the majority of people, will be like, nah, I don't want nothing to do with that. That's too much. And I get it, but I think on my type of game style, I would actually like to see that. I'm trying to, I think when I first started Farming Simulator on this channel, it's like, yeah, whatever, just do this and this. I'm starting to get more towards trying to keep it more real. At least I'm trying to. I mean, not everything I do is exactly real. I mean, look at the setup I got here. I'm not doing anything. We're planting at the correct speed. It's not a modded drill that can plant at 20 miles an hour or whatever. The harvesters, yes, that's double the speed than what the in-game one is. But I mean, trying to make a video at the same time on a big field, I'd just be there forever, and I don't have forever time, so. And yes, I do know the contract is done in this field, but I'm going to finish it because that's what a good farmer does. And I'm making more than enough money on the contract. I don't mind spending a little bit more on the seed. But now we're going to head on over and do another field. Field number 5. And I think that was oats. So, like I was just saying, this is the reason why I brought up, and the timing's kind of good. If we did it the way I was saying about the seed. So, let me click on this contract here. So, we just did wheat. So, in order to do sowing on field number 5, which is now oats, I would have to go empty the seed out of here. Wait, what field 5 I think is the one? Yep, I knew it. I would need to go empty out the seed that's in here because it's wheat. And then load up some oat seeds and then come plant some oats. But yeah, I can see where a lot of people will be like, nah, that'd be too much. But in Farming Simulator, we just got to hit a button, switch the type of seed, and we are golden. All right, lower that down. So I was wondering, I said, you don't have access to this land. I'm like, are you going to spaz out on me? Nope, we're fine. We got some oats to do. Look at that, we're up to $100,000. That's great. So, yeah, most of the loan I paid off, I didn't pay off until today. So I have no idea. I know we were paying like $9,600 on a $1.5 million loan on loan interest. So all the money I paid off on that 1.5, we're down to 1.2. And I'm probably going to be down to 1.1 by the end of this in-game day. Because when I refresh some contracts, I'm going to get some fertilizing contracts on these fields. That loan payment, or I shouldn't say, it's not a loan payment. That's a loan. We're just paying interest on the loan. So it's not actually a loan payment. You're not actually paying off the loan by paying. Never mind. I'm hoping it's going to be a lot lower than that. And I think that'll be the lowest we've had the loan since I started this series. And I'll be glad to get rid of that loan for one reason. This challenge has really nothing to do with the money at all. But that's all I feel like I've been talking about for the first 40 episodes I think we're on now. 40, 41, somewhere around there. Yeah, it's all about, can you, well, the challenge is, you know, feeding 2,000 cattle with seasons. But then again, I didn't want to cheat all the money in because then it's not working your farm up. I like to kind of work my way towards it. I mean, I could just easily just give myself $20 million, start off with 2,000 cattle and all the land, all the equipment. And it's just like, well, we just got to feed the cows. And that's, yeah, we're trying to see how long it takes them to reproduce and all that fun stuff. By the time I know how animals work in seasons in 19, FS22 will be out and we'll have to learn the new way of how it all works because I mentioned this before, and if you don't already know, yes, we do know seasons will be in Farming Simulator 22. It'll be an option we can have it on or off, but it's not going to be the same seasons that we're accustomed to. It's not the same modders that made the mod seasons for 17 and 19. It's Giants themselves, although I do believe the head modder of Realismus modding is actually working for Giants, so you might see a lot of similar stuff, but it's going to have its own entity, I think. I think I talked about this before, but if you didn't hear it, you're going to hear it again. When Farming Simulator 22 does come out, I will be playing with seasons right off the get-go. I think what I'm going to do on our first farm is we're going to do it the same way we did in when 19 came out. We're going to play as a role as a farm hand or farm manager, and we're pretty much going to start. I want to say, yeah, probably start with nothing. And my job will be, you know, take out a small loan, buy a lot of small stuff, small land, and work it up. And when it comes time to go to a new map, what we'll do is we'll sell everything off. And as a farm hand, my payment is I get like 10% of what the farm's worth when we go to a new map and start with that 10% and start from there. Now, what I like to do when 22 comes out is I just want to stick to all small stuff, meaning small equipment, so on and so forth, because as we know, as I go along, I always say I like to, you know, I just want to do small stuff, and then next thing you know, I got equipment like this on the map. So I think the first Let's Play on 22 is going to be, yeah, let's just stay with the small stuff, because I know eventually when I go to other maps, it's going to be, yeah, more big stuff. Let's use the big stuff. Feels kind of weird though that this thinking when 22 comes out, because we're so used to playing with mods and everything, that first week that 22 is out. If you're, I'm probably going to go out pretty hardcore. Probably have an episode of FS22 every day, the first week or two. When you load into a game, it's like, okay, I need. Every time you start a map, as of right now in 19, every time I start a new map, it's like, okay, these are the mods I definitely start with. Well, when 22 comes out, yep, no mods. So we'll see how long it takes. I know it took a long time for, how do I say this politely here, decent maps to come out in 19. I know there was a couple maps that were pushed out there quite a bit, and they were okay. There was a couple of the maps, I would say they're not popular maps anyways, but I mean, I hate to say that because modders do put a lot of work into making mods, and it's a lot of flipping work, man. So I hate to say when the map isn't good, and I'm not going to name any maps, but yeah, there was a lot of problems with some of them. But they did get them all squared away. But those first couple of ones that came out, the early ones, it's like, you push those out kind of quick, and it's like, oh, that's the reason why, because this doesn't work, that doesn't work. There's an issue with this, issue with that. Speaking of issues, we have no issues here with this Steger and our 1870 drill, and I don't know the model number of the seed tanker, but yeah, the whole thing with the seed tanker, I actually thought that hitched up to the planter as well, until I was buying the planter, and I was like, wait a minute, this doesn't hook up to the back of the planter. I'm like, okay, so do I put the seed tank first, and will that work? No, the planter does not. Then I was looking in the shop, and that's when I realized, oh yeah, the planter isn't attached to nothing. So we'll have to buy ourselves a seed transporter, or whatever they're called, seed tanker. So when you do start planting corn, we can go ahead and chase it around. But if I do corn in the field what's that, field number 30 that we own down here, if I do it right there, I don't really need a tanker, because I mean, we got our seed hut right there. We can just, you know, fold up and go get it. But I think to add some more fun to it would be just bring a seed trailer out and load it up that way. By then, next year, I think, you know, we're getting to the point where money is not that much of an issue, as we can see. He says with a $1.2 million loan still, but yeah, if you've been around this channel long enough, $1.2 million loan on this channel is, it's like finding change in the cushion. It's not that big of a deal. I mean, look at if I stop doing contracts, which I would like to stop doing because it is taking up a lot of off-camera work I'm doing. And I need to stop doing that because I need to get other videos done. Spending all the time doing off-camera work. Yes, I just like the times where I stop recording, and in the next episode I have to do, I just gotta hit play and hit record. It's like, yep, ready to get back to work. No off-camera work needed. And I should also say, because I did get asked this question, when FS22 comes out, am I going to do challenges then as well? I want to. I just got to think, I got to see what FS22 has to offer when it fully comes out, and then I'll think, try to think of some challenges. But I'm not going to do a challenge on the first Let's Play. Like I said, the first Let's Play is going to be, I don't know what map it's going to be on yet. I think when it comes out, I'll have to have a good look at the maps completely, drive around myself, and see which map makes a star, sparkle in my eye, basically. What makes me go, ooh, I kind of like this map. Like I said, the first Let's Play is just going to be farmhand. We'll just start the video. I'm going to show you we have nothing. Borrow what we can from the bank and see what we can do. Probably have to do contracts and stuff like that. And I probably am going to do something like when we first start off, not do any off-camera work. Just go ahead and I'm sitting here just guessing. I don't know how much land's going to cost. With seasons, not going to be able to do too much right off the get-go. So probably best. I don't know. I'm going to tell you I'm going to run it yet. I think I just need to wait till 22 comes out. But I've been thinking about it. But like I said, in between episodes, I did a lot of contract work. Makes your mind wander a little bit. Gives you time to think about things. Alright, so we are just about done here, and then I'm going to call Frank up. Yeah, okay, that we're actually completed. That's one thing I will say on the contracts. I completed this contract way back there. Look how much field I have yet to be done. I wish they make us, I mean, that's a lot of free play and missing a lot of areas. I mean, this is a big gap. I know the field's not small, but that is a lot of field that wasn't completed. Hope they cut into that a little bit to where you need to finish. I have no idea what the percentage is, but I would say that was like 90% done. And it was like, yeah, you're good. So that needs to be folded up. Let me collect on this contract here. We'll collect on that. And barley. So, yeah, if we had to do it the way I wanted to do it, I'd be going back to the farm, unload the oats, and load up some barley seed. But no, here, we're just going to fold it on up and drive on down. I do have the traffic just permanently turned off on this map just because, well, yeah. I got a big butt. I mean, I just think this thing takes up the whole road. And if you're wondering, like, does it? I'll get on the road right now for it. I'm not going to take the road all the way through. But the size in this game sometimes puts you off because you're in a field. It's like, it doesn't look that big. And then once you get on the road, you start realizing, okay, car takes up half the road. Yep, the seed tanker takes up the whole flipping road. I was actually pretty good at getting over here. Didn't knock over any road signs, which is kind of rare for me. But this is why I put the bridge in over here. I'm glad I bought the city land for $0 because, yeah, getting across that bridge is not fun. And my other option is to, there is another way you possibly could. You'd have to drive down, go over to where the barn is and the animal husbandry. That bridge over there doesn't have side rails on it. It's just like a culvert. You can drive over that, and then you have to drive over the railroad tracks. So, well, I got this modded bridge that we can just drop in. And now I can just drive right on over. And I may drop more of those down later on. But Frank needs to go on down to field 18 and get planting on that. So we can collect on that, and while he's doing that, if I come over here and go refresh contracts, see if it comes up. So all the fields that we just planted, like field number 5, fertilized. Field number 4, fertilized. Field number 2, fertilized. And field number 8, I just did that a little while ago. So some fertilizing contracts, more sowing contracts. So I say we got like 18, 21, 42. I got like $50,000 in contracts right there. So with that being said, while you're here, let me go ahead and bring that down to 1.1 million. Oh, no, we'll borrow for now, and I may even pay off a little bit more on that. Wow, if I do more contracts, can I get that down to $1 million by the end of today? Woohoo, that'd be great. So with that being said, I didn't think I was going to be paying off that much of the contract that quick. But the way it's going, because we're getting ready to get into fall pretty soon. Before you know it, all these soybean fields that we planted, and how many soybean fields do we got? Well, all this dark green stuff, that'll be ready for harvest. Oh, it looks like I got like field 6 and 11 still need to be seeded. Those contracts should be coming up. I'm going on to field 18. But all these soybean fields should be ready for harvest this year. So I'll be taking those contracts, and we'll be putting that into our silos. And of course, when winter comes, I got some barley, wheat, oats, and canola to sell sometime during winter. So I would like to be able to buy field number 13, I think. That's the field I'm kind of looking for. It's under $400,000 for that field. 29 would be, it makes me drool a little bit, but that's a little bit more cash. But we'll have to wait and see how it goes. But anyways, I got to send Frank on down to field 18. He needs to start seeding on that. I need to go grab the Deutschspar, start fertilizing all these fields over here. And my goal is to kind of earn another $100,000 today, and with the contracts we got, that's 50. So I got to find another $50,000 to get that loan down to $1 million, and then I can start saving up some cash to buy some land and maybe a Vulture tractor. I got to get my big butt on down this road. I'll drive it down, knock over half the road signs maybe. But anyways, that's gonna do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in Griffin, Indiana. But until then, have a good one.